cocktail aficionados. It is John Moser with another edition of Cocktails Out of Quarantine. Hey, guess what? It is the week of St. Patrick's Day. In fact, tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, hence the wearing of the green. And because it's also a gorgeous day here in north central Ohio, 70 degrees, I'm wearing short sleeves. I'm actually wearing shorts too. I'm so excited about warm weather coming back. So, of course, St. Patrick's Day, I've got to do a special edition of this program for that, right? Because what is more classic for drinking than St. Patrick's Day? The thing is, what most people drink on St. Patrick's Day, at least in the United States, is green beer. Not my thing. I'm not anti-beer, of course. I love beer, but green beer never did it for me. And then I looked around at some appropriate St. Patrick's Day cocktails, and a lot of them are green, and I can see why. But the thing is, in order to make a cocktail green, you probably have to add large amounts of some kind of liquor that I don't like, something ridiculous like Midori or creme de menthe, which is, look, it's fine for some people, but it's super sweet. It's not the kind of thing I like. So I did find a recipe for something called the Tipperary, right? It's a long way to Tipperary. You maybe have heard that song. It was played often as a favorite of the troops, the English troops and the Irish troops in World War I. Anyway, the Tipperary, the base booze, the base spirit for that is Irish whiskey, as you would expect. Now, as many of you may know, there are two main brands of Irish whiskey. One is known as the Catholic whiskey, one is known as the Protestant whiskey. Now, I'm a Catholic, however, I have the Protestant whiskey because it was gifted to me, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm going to use this. So, the drink itself, it's an old drink, right? It is definitely pre-prohibition because it first showed up in print in 1916. Like any drink from way back when, nobody really knows when it was invented. It's just 1916 is the first time anybody saw it written down anywhere. And it appeared in a book called Recipes for Mixed Drinks, jazzy title there, by Hugo Enslin. That was published in 1916. It called for equal parts Irish whiskey, chartreuse, didn't really specify it was green or yellow, and Italian vermouth, which in old books, if old books refer to Italian vermouth, it means sweet vermouth. A later version showed up in 1922 in a book called ABC of Mixing Cocktails, and that one was by Harry McElhone. Harry McElhone was a legendary bartender, and he was proprietor of the famous Harry's New York bar in Paris. And he was also he is also credited with inventing the French 75 at that bar. But ABC of Mixing Cocktails was published in 1922. I believe he didn't buy the bar in Paris until the following year. Anyway, he was already a big name in the cocktail world in 1922. His version of the Tipperary upped the quantity of Irish whiskey to 2 ounces and then reduced the amount of the other ingredients. The version that I am using was developed by world-renowned bartender Jack McGarry at the Dead Rabbit in New York City. It is perhaps the most famous Irish bar, well, certainly the most famous Irish bar in New York City. Maybe there are people in Boston who have other ideas. But the Dead Rabbit is very near the southern tip of Manhattan, not far from the Battery. But this is the version we're going to use. Jack McGarry, he uses, well, I'm going to tell you how much is it of everything that's in it. It's pretty close, though, to Harry McElhone's version. Anyway, that's the backstory in the drink, maybe more than you wanted to hear about it. Now I'm going to show you what you need in order to make it. I already showed you the main event, the base spirit, Bushmills. This is the Black Bush, which is a really fine one. Some purists might say, oh my gosh, he's using that in a cocktail. But to be honest, I'm not a big drinker of Irish whiskey, so it's fine that I'm going to use it in a cocktail. Green chartreuse, so you can say there's something green in it. There's not enough of it to really make the cocktail look green. In fact, it's whiskey colored. I don't have a problem with that. I hope you don't either. Sweet vermouth. This Campano Antica is again my go-to. It's so good, and that's going to give it some sweetness. And this is really Jack McGarry's innovation. Adding some Angostura bitters. I think Angostura bitters improve just about anything. Finally, orange. We're not going to put orange juice in this. It is not a citrus drink. However, we are going to express the oils from the orange peel on top of the drink. That's everything you need. The Irish whiskey, use Jameson. Absolutely fine. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fundamentally different. The green chartreuse, the sweet vermouth, and the oil of an orange peel. That's what you're going to need. Let's make the drink. All right, here we go. We are going to start with our Irish whiskey, 1.5 ounces of this Bushmills or Jameson or whatever Irish whiskey you prefer. Right here in a mixing glass. We're not going to be shaking this, so put it in a mixing glass. We will add to that 1 ounce of sweet vermouth. So I imagine if you like a Manhattan, you will like this very much. And then 1/2 ounce of the green chartreuse. It's just going to give it an interesting little off flavor to it. And a couple of dashes of Angostura bitters. We mix it up well. It's smelling really nice. So it's nicely blended. Oh, gotta grab my strainer. Got a wonderful color to it. Strain it into my nice fancy coupe glass. Nick and Nora glass, I guess is the technical term for this. And now that it's in there, now we're going to peel off some orange peel. I'm going to have the orange. I'm not going to let it go to waste. I'm going to take a nice big hunk of the peel and I'm going to twist it over the drink. See a little better what I'm doing. And I'm going to rub it along the rim of the glass. And then I'm going to toss it. It's not really a garnish. It's just going to, those oils are going to add a little something, something. And there it is. The Tipperary. Enjoy some with the wearing of the green, and happy St. Patrick's Day to you. Let me have a sip. Oh my gosh, that's delightful. I'm going to have one of these, well, right now. And then I may fix one on St. Patrick's Day as well. And I have a new drink that I can make for my guests. All right, so to all of you, I hope you have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day. Cheers!